Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Ultrafiber.
Another week, another Big 12 win for the Cincinnati Bearcats. This is Bearcats All Access. I'm your host, Marshall Kramsky, and we got a great show for you today. The University of Cincinnati's football team, they are now 4-0 in Big 12 play, and they are putting it on the line today against the Baylor Bears. We sit down with head coach Scott Satterfield, where we break down everything about this program and talk a lot about the defense, as well as quarterback Brendan Sorsby quickly emerging as one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. Plus, we sit down with Matt McDoom, the hero from last week, who got the Bearcats their first defensive touchdown of the year, setting a University of Cincinnati record of a 100-yard pick six. All that plus some great feature stories from the University of Cincinnati Athletics Department. But it all starts with head coach Scott Satterfield in this week's Coach's Corner, sponsored by Ultrafiber. Bearcats All Access starts right now. We talk about it every week, Coach, but now that it's finally done, bowl eligible. I know your guys' goal is the Big 12 championship, but just taking a moment. 6 wins for the first time here at Cincinnati. How important was that?
I mean, extremely important. I mean, it means we're doing the things that we need to do in order to get some victories. And to do it with 7 games. That speaks a lot about where we're at with our team.
Being able to go into Oklahoma State, a game that on paper you should have won, and then you go out there and you convincingly win. What did you learn about your team in that game?
So I just thought our guys just kept playing. I mean, being resilient, even in a tough environment. I mean, they were 1-5, but their crowd was loud. It was packed. They supposedly had one of the best homecomings in the country, and I thought it was a great environment for our guys, and I just thought our guys were very resilient and played strong all the way to the end. You've
called this defense on multiple occasions a bend-don't-break style defense, but when you're able to win the turnover battle, when you're able to score points on defense, what does that do for this team as a whole?
We took the ball away twice, with the fumble recovery and an interception. Those are huge momentum plays, and the whole team, I mean, the whole sideline erupts when those plays happen, and they're just great momentum for us. We capitalize on that. So if our offense is able to get right back on the field, get another drive going and go score some points, it demoralizes the other team.
Is the turnover battle something that you guys talk about a lot?
Absolutely. And all of August, winning the turnover margin, I mean, that's huge. And really specifically, offensively, we talk about taking care of the ball, always. We meet on it every day. We talk about, we have a few goals offensively, but part of that is playing clean, but also taking care of the football. Defensively, is trying to get those takeaways. We've done a really good job of, knocking the ball out, creating some fumbles and getting fumbles. Have not done a great job in getting interceptions. We finally got our first one. Hopefully, some of that will come more. I think we've been in position to make some interceptions. We knocked some balls down. It was great finally to see somebody step in and get a pick.
I know we talk about him every week, but he deserves it. Brendan Sorsby, leading the nation in touchdowns. Pro Football Focus has him ranked as the top quarterback in the Big 12. Are you seeing him grow every week, or is he just kind of status quo for you now?
I just think it goes back to the offseason. I thought he had a great offseason, changed his body, was very intentional about his approach each and every day. And then we brought in a bunch of good receivers. I think if you go look at our stats in our offense, there's not one guy you have to stop. There's a bunch of them. Sorsby's done a great job of just distributing the football to all the playmakers. Our offensive line has played at a high level this year. Joe Royer's been Joe Royer. And, so I think all that combined, it's been a really good year for our quarterback.
When you talk about Cyrus Allen, like you said, 1 catch the week before, 3 touchdowns this week. What does it say about the character of him, and maybe that wide receiver room as a whole, that they're able to just kind of stay in it?
These guys, man, they just been working. They line up. They don't say anything about, hey, this guy had 6 targets or 6 catches. They don't really worry about that. I think just the unselfishness speaks a lot about our team. I've talked about this to our whole team. There's that fact that we're winning as a football team. There's not one section that's winning. It's all of us winning together and having each other's back. I think that's the key.
The best part of a college football locker room is the personalities off the field. We get to know a couple more of them on this episode of 4 Claps, hosted by Jaquan Sanks and Kai Stokes. This week, we got Brendan Sorsby and Jonathan Thompson.
What's up, y'all, man? Welcome back to the 4 Claps podcast with me and Jaquan Sanks, as usual. Without further ado, man, I would like to welcome the twos. Number 2 and number 22, starting quarterback Brendan Sorsby, starting linebacker JT Bill Thompson. We gonna get into that while we call you Bill later. But man, y'all welcome. First, real deal question, really for both of y'all. At the quarterback position, obviously, the head of the offense. At the linebacker position, obviously, you run the show on the defense. How do y'all prepare yourselves to have to be in charge of so many things mentally?
I would say it's just the preparation throughout the week, and then just trusting your eyes, trusting the other guys around you that they're going to be where they need to be, and then, just going out there and playing ball. I think that's the most important thing.
I think the first thing that starts with it is knowing what you got to do first, like mastering what you got to do with it. If you're real confident in what you're doing, I think you're going to be able to play faster and you're going to be able to help other guys out.
Yeah.
Because they might just be thinking about their job and you thinking about the big picture.
Bearcats Hoops is almost here. We get to meet one of the people who is molding the Cincinnati women's basketball program coming up.
This segment is sponsored by Furniture Fair.
The Cincinnati women's basketball team is getting ready for its third season under alumnus and head coach Katrina Merriweather. It's an exciting year for the Bearcats. They have 6 newcomers, all of whom have a lot of expectations, but maybe none more than McDonald's All-American Purcell Marion alum Dee Alexander. We get to know recruiting coordinator and associate coach from Northern Kentucky, Abby Jump.
Hello, hello, Bearcat family. I am Abby Stocks and joined today with assistant coach and recruiting coordinator, Abby Jump. Abby, welcome to another episode of Bearcat Basketball.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Take us through your role as assistant coach and recruiting coordinator. What does that look like and what are some of your responsibilities?
As an assistant coach, obviously my first and foremost biggest job and responsibility is to support Trina. Whatever she needs in whatever area. Our whole staff is that way, but I work with the tweeners, so the wings that may need development in whether it's ball handling or finishing, where they kind of float around because they're so athletic that they can play multiple positions. I work with that group, and then I also work with the shooters. So Reagan, Maya, Paige, and then Callie and Joya float back and forth with me as well. And then with recruiting, just making sure everything's organized when it comes to every single visit, unofficial or official, making sure that everybody is seeing who we need to see, finding the hidden gems. The really cool part about being at Cincinnati and having the Big 12 logo and the Jordan logo and how prolific the C-Paul is across the country is you can get your foot in any door with any kid.
That's beautiful. One last question, Coach Jump. For 6 times, you have been named to the WBCA Top 30 Under 30 list that recognizes some of the best coaches in the country. Why Cincinnati? Why are you passionate with your coaching resume, with everything that you bring to the table? Why are you passionate about the University of Cincinnati, and what is the legacy that you hope to leave as an assistant coach and recruiting coordinator?
It wasn't even a second thought to come here with Trina, to help her bring something back that she was a part of and then extend it. As you start in this profession, in any profession, you have dreams, and there's different steps that you take to achieve those. But for me, I think after a handful of years being in the profession and having the chance to coach at my alma mater and Trina bringing me back there, the dream is not necessarily a place, it's the people. Then you are around these people every day in a place like Cincinnati. That means so much to Trina. That means so much to Brina. She always tells this story about her seeing Trina and running up the steps by the Oscar statue. And when those things mean something to the people around you, you fight like that like it's your own. I walk around with pride with Cincinnati across my chest. Of course, because I work here, sure, but mostly and mainly for Trina and her experience and her love for Cincinnati. And I get to meet her teammates and then meet Coach Pirtle after hearing so many stories about her and the opportunity that she gave Trina to start her career. You know, I feel like it's part of my, journey as well, but I would, hands down, choose to do this all over again, pick this place with her, for her, 100 times over. The dream is not a destination or a school or a logo. It's the people. And, you know, the people here, starting with Trina, it's just, that is the dream.
Bearcats cornerback Matt McDoom can finally stop running after his pick six. He sits down with us on this week's Bearcat Spotlight, sponsored by Furniture Fair, coming up.
Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Ultrafiber.
He got the Cincinnati Bearcats their first defensive touchdown of the season. Matt McDoom setting a program record of a 100-yard pick six against Oklahoma State. We sit down with McDoom this week on Bearcat Spotlight, sponsored by Furniture Fair. At the Oklahoma State game, 100-yard interception return. You set a Bearcat record.
Sorry.
What's crazy about this record, it can't ever be beaten. It's 100 yards.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind as you catch the interception and then you take off?
Really just don't get tackled. Really just seeing the wave of my teammates. I was hearing them say like, come on, Doom, while I was running. So that was just the most exciting part, just hearing them wanting to block for me. I knew where we were on the field, and I was like, hey, we scored. We know that's a long run. So it was exciting, man. It was exciting, I can't lie.
When did you fall in love with football?
I have two older brothers that played football. My middle brother went to Michigan, so just watching them just grow up, all their friends just playing, me playing with the older guys, my brothers and them, I just fell in love with it.
Why corner? Why did you become a secondary player?
The field corner, just 1v1 against somebody, you know, you gotta, me versus you, you know, who's gonna win. Just that feeling is just what keeps me going, why I love the game so much. Guarding somebody, making plays, being able to tackle somebody, you know, it's awesome.
What kind of influence did mom have on you?
My mom has a big influence on me. You know, I'll say that's my best friend, really. I talk to her about anything, you know.
What's the best advice your mom's ever given you?
Don't quit. Whatever you do, you got to finish. I played a lot of sports growing up. I knew I wanted to stick with football. She was like, okay, you could go to football, but you can't just quit these sports. You got to finish through. So that grew on me, you know. So whatever I do, like, I really don't want to quit.
What was the most surprising thing about you coming to campus in Clifton?
Really how close everything is, like the sports, you know. Everything is so close, like the baseball is right there, soccer field's right there, so when you come outside, you would hear their games and be like, oh, okay, before I go home, let me go see how they're doing. So it's just that, you know, when I go eat some meals, I'll see like some of the other teams eating too, talking too, so just a bond, which is really nice over here.
What's one thing about you that nobody knows?
I just got a new puppy.
Oh yeah? What kind of puppy?
A pure Rottweiler.
Okay.
Yeah, his name's Pablo.
Pablo. Okay, where'd that come from? Just a Pablo.
Yeah, it's just a Pablo. I just wanted a nice name for my dog, my first dog. And when I seen him I got him on the website. So when I seen him, I was like, he just looks like a Pablo for some reason. And I like that name. I like how it comes off the tongue. So
how's being a dog dad mixed with being in season in the Big 12 right now? That's got to be a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah, my mom. That was my mom's big thing. The responsibility. She was like, "Man, that's too much." But I was like, you know, Mom, just some things I just got to do. You know, I really wanted a dog at the moment.
Does Pablo have any Bearcat swag?
Oh yeah, he has his Bearcat collar for sure.
The Cincinnati Bearcats' big win over Oklahoma State keeps them perfect on the season in Big 12 play. We relive it all in Stillwater, coming up on Bearcats All Access. The Cincinnati Bearcats football team spoiled Oklahoma State's homecoming, winning 49-17 in Stillwater. The Bearcats offense came out early and often, scoring on all four of its first offensive possessions. The defense figured it out in the second half, highlighted by a 100-yard pick six by Matt McDoom. Let's relive it all on the Bearcats' big win against Oklahoma State.
This is my troubleshoot later on. Appreciate it.
How we doing, man? Good, man. Hey, another great opportunity tomorrow. The things we talked about this week, and it doesn't really change, with something to prove. Every time we go out, each and every time we go out. When you play a team like this, and it is homecoming, they got alumni coming back, it'll be a nice crowd, one of the best home games apparently throughout the country, what they say. And, and you guys that were here 2 years ago, we were here, that was homecoming, all right, 2 years ago. It's so much more about us, though. It's not about this team we're getting ready to play for them. It's about us and the hunger and the fight we'll have as soon as we get on that field.
The UC Bearcats are in their third year as a member of the Big 12, and it hasn't taken long for Cincinnati to become a contender. The 24th-ranked Bearcats are currently tied for first place in the league, and tonight can clinch bowl eligibility.
The best part about this game is you get to be exactly who you want right now in this moment, okay? So if it's not being what you want, change it. You control your response. We don't control the outcome. We don't control the events. All we control is our responses. Have a championship response. Have an elite response, have elite passion, have elite physicality, have elite violence the entire day, and the outcome will take care of itself.
Now, despite all the losses, the Oklahoma State fans have showed up again tonight, Don Davenport. Homecoming in Stillwater, and they've got the 24th ranked team in the country here.
This game's about us. It's about our fandom, our connection. Unbreakable, unstoppable, 60 minutes, man.
Everyone just has to be with this group of men, special group of men. Lift them up to you tonight, help them play with a fire inside, and give everything they have for each other on this field. We ask this thing in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's go, boys.
Cincinnati won the toss and deferred, so the Cowboys will get it first.
And it is time for the pigskin to fly here at Boone Pickens Stadium.
Evan Pryor is the home run hitter and running back with a lane up the middle. How's that for a start for this explosive offense with Evan Pryor for 31? Out of empty on first down. Sorsby to Allen across the middle. Broken tackle. Touchdown. Cincinnati strikes first. In just a tick under 2 minutes, marching nearly 70 yards down the field and gashing Oklahoma State. Three-man rush. Jackson. Davis the drop. Costly from Terrell Davis. And he splits the uprights to get Oklahoma State on the board. Pressure comes. It's picked up. Sorsby checked down. His tight end, Joe Royer, goes hurdling for a first down. Tommy Walker splits a lane. And Walker runs physically, and then the pile pushes all the way inside the 30. They've got a 7-3 lead at the end of one. We start the second with an option pitch. Around the edge, Cyrus Allen is in. How lethal has this offense been for Cincinnati? They have run 14 plays. They have piled up 150 yards of total offense. Cowboys 1 for 3 on third downs. Jackson the throw. Steps up in the pocket, and Jackson can be electric. Jackson, touchdown. Sorsby off the play fake. Zips one right side, and he got it complete to Noah Jennings. Here's Joe Royer, who breaks a tackle. Joe Royer, touchdown. Cincinnati is explosive offensively. It's Vailaki off the left side. He wraps him up. Looks to be short, and if so, it's a turnover on downs for the Bearcats. They bring 5 this time. Sorsby downfield, and a beautiful ball, and that is hauled in by Noah Jennings. Cyrus Allen out of the backfield with the third touchdown. This offense has been unstoppable for Cincinnati.
Our standard, man! Our standard, man! Fast start! Fast start! Everybody, coach, you ready?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, just like Coach said, fast start. The score is 0-0 right here in the second half. Keep your damn hammer down on these guys. Let's go!
Third down at 16. Brendan Sorsby, and it is caught by Coldwell. Up the ladder at 6'5". What a catch to
move to 6.
Sorsby the key. Broke away from Robertson, and Sorsby spins in. Touchdown. Jackson toward the end zone, intercepted by Matt McDoom. McDoom can flat out fly.
He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown.
We got one. Tyson Veit been waiting for that. The first interception this season for Cincinnati. Manny Covey runs it in, and Cincinnati has blown this thing wide open in Stillwater.
The clock hits 0, and the UC Bearcats have a 6-game winning streak. They have earned bowl eligibility.
Back it up, 1-0 this week. Let's get it. Tune in next week. We're going bowling this year, baby.
That's about all the time we have this week on Bearcats All Access. Homecoming, it's today. Cincinnati taking on the Baylor Bears, hoping to keep that perfect Big 12 record alive, because Cincinnati, they're the number 21 team in the country. Thanks so much for taking the time with us on Bearcats All Access this week. Make sure to tune in every week, 11:30 a.m. right here on WCPO 9.